Ready, set, go.
Welcome back, Stanley Parable, bucket time! I'm fairly confident that was clipping. Maybe it was.
Smile. Anywhere they went
Hello.
together would be perfectly fine with him.
Alright, what?
Did it change?
This is different.
So
This is...
the world's different now. Okay, well, that's good. Yeah.
That's fine. That's okay.
Yeah. So
Alright, you know what? I'm excited.
it's
Oh,
really-
wait, no.
No, it's the same.
No, this is the same.
See, we're already
I'm already losing it.
Yeah.
Going left, going upstairs.
going upstairs. We're just gonna follow.
We're just gonna...
Maybe the bucket changes the whole manager's office.
Maybe the bucket knows exactly what to
Stanley needed the
do.
bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd find out. Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked
Yes.
upstairs to the boss's office.
Yep. Okay.
Stepping
All right.
into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life.
Right.
Crushed by the weight
Ooh.
of this revelation, Stanley may have broken
feels
down
new.
into an emotional dumpster fire, if not for the soothing presence of the bucket. Even now, in his darkest of hours, did the bucket's warmth and guiding light pierce the dark clouds of confusion and chaos. It would be with him always. The bucket would. And he knew it. The two of them were inseparable.
All
At
right.
this point, Stanley was so absorbed in the tender spiritual connection he shared with the
Right.
bucket that he didn't notice the keypad behind the boss's
We
desk.
noticed. I noticed
Nor
it.
in
was
his
right there.
bliss of simply being near the bucket did he have any notion that the PIN number for the keypad was 2845.
Excuse me. There we go.
Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck.
You sure did.
The bucket knew all along. Was the bucket guiding him? Yes.
Absolutely.
This is certainly the most logical explanation.
Yeah. Okay. What? Wait. Ooh, hello. Collectibles.
One of the miniature Stanley figurines. Remember, no reward for collecting all of these, only the intrinsic pleasure of a job well done.
Right.
You can't buy that sort of happiness, Stanley. God knows I've tried. So,
Okay.
I implore you to savor each and every moment you come across one of these beautiful figurines.
Will do. Moment savored. Okay.
That was really nice. I'm
That
really
was-
glad we found that big.
Yeah, that was a real special moment.
The elevator raced downward, plummeting towards an unknown fate. It would be all Stanley could do to keep himself together, if not for the bucket. Soothing him, comforting him, reassuring that in this darkest moment of uncertainty, he would be all right. The bucket
Indeed.
is here for you, Stanley. Everything will be fine.
Okay. So,
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility.
So this.
escape. I don't know if
Do we
we
remember what happens when the escape? With the escape?
I don't remember.
Is that not what took us through the whole bonus content thing?
No.
No. I forget what the escape does.
Let's find out.
I think it kills us.
Probably.
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley and the bucket
Right.
would both meet a violent death.
How so?
The door behind them was not shut. Stanley and the bucket still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
Right.
At this
I'm not
point,
gonna do
Stanley
that.
and the bucket were knowingly walking forward into
Oh,
a very
hello,
painful death
Bexfern.
for each of
So you're
them.
playing the Stanley Parable. Aw, man, he got the bucket. No, it's different. It does kill you if you escape here.
Right. Well, that's what we were expecting.
That's kind of what I'm looking forward to here. Oh, interesting.
There it is. It's the. Well, I mean, there's only one way to go here.
Exactly.
Seems like
Yeah.
we died. Fair enough. I mean, I'm glad to know that the bucket
Well, we're still. This is like the last part. This is like the last part of Portal.
Well, here we are in this room. Did we do this last time?
I don't know.
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley and the bucket inched closer to their demise, Stanley reflected on how meaningless the bucket's warmth and comfort had turned out to be. To be sure, it puts the mind and the soul at ease to embrace the bucket, but what use is a sense of ease when you're about to be crushed to death? This is what Stanley thought to himself, and he sort of kicked himself for wasting so much time carrying a bucket everywhere. Farewell,
I think
Stanley.
the buckets made it all worth it, actually.
Okay, farewell, I guess.
Well, that was...
Oh,
no.
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator,
Whoop.
as Stanley and the bucket were led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, the bucket's life came to an end, as it was crushed violently to death. It was a shame,
Did we win?
the death of such a magnificent bucket. It's true that all
Sure.
buckets are radiant in their own way, but
Yes,
this one
female
stood
narrator.
above the rest. It was a glorious bucket to behold.
Oh, wow. We found the bucket.
Rest in peace, bucket.
The bucket welcomes you to the great exhibit. You are standing at the precipice of knowledge, much like a bucket itself. The human mind is frequently empty within, a cavernous void. But through use of the exhibit in front of you, the mind becomes full and enriched and substantiated. Knowledge of the bucket and its history is the only true knowledge we really have.
That's true.
Will you take what you learn out with you into the world? Will you accept with an open mind what may be challenging about the information in this exhibit? Will you change the lives of yourself and your loved ones as a result of this exhibit? Or will you turn a blind eye and continue to live as you were, in ignorance and darkness?
I can't make any
Depends
promises.
depends
at this
on-
point. It depends on the exhibit, to be
Depends
honest.
on the information
Can you see
presented.
how arrogant it was for Stanley to take a bucket like this and to claim it for his own?
25
Can you see
buckets.
the hubris that blinded him? Can you see that the bucket is far more noble than Stanley will ever be in his short life?
Wow. It's really something.
It's more than 25.
I'm pretty sure that's more than 25. Ah, yes.
A bucket with two handles.
Whoa. This bucket is depicted as having two handles. Such a design has never been created in real life,
That's surely
having
not
been
true.
deemed too dangerous and recklessly experimental. Every year dozens are put to death just
What
for
is the
attempting.
writing on the bottom here? Can we just analyze for a second? Bucket is a sentient god.
Probably.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, no, it's been made fairly clear that Bucket is at least sentient.
The bucket is some sort of eldritch being. Whether
Inferno Bucket?
Inferno Bucket, a replica of the Inferno Bucket, which in the medieval era was so powerfully alluring that it drove dozens of nations to war with one another for control of it. Billions died, and yet in spite of it all, the simple fact remains, no one can control a bucket. Okay.
Is that... See, again, I don't know if I'll... This isn't really challenging so much as mostly wrong.
Yeah. The stress bucket, an analogy. Presented without commentary, I see.
Nice, thanks, yeah.
Worrying, negative forecasting, negative thinking,
They all go
lack
into
of
the bucket.
reassurance, basic package.
This one has a little faucet.
It does. That's nice. That's a
Vulnerability
nice
size
function.
Equals size and strength of the
The
bucket.
coping strategies equal the holes.
Okay.
You don't need to tell me that.
Stress equals the level of water in the bucket.
Right.
Rest and relaxation, doing something.
Right. The
This-
release of the water from the bucket is rest and relaxation. Doing something you enjoy also rest and relaxation. You know, I don't disagree with this one.
I think the
This-
fact that
this-
it's presented without commentary makes it more subjective and in turn better.
I agree.
I really am here for the whole museum of all this
Yeah.
sequel. To be honest.
Oh no. Oh. While we know that buckets predate the existence of mankind, we do not know by how long. This cave drawing depicts early man's discovery of the practical uses of the bucket, by which time the bucket had already likely been around for several millennia. Notice in these drawings how the bucket is allowing itself to be used, having judged humanity to be worthy of its treasures. Okay. There's a couple of deer using the bucket as well. Interesting. Who is this isolated figure using a bucket on a stick? Perhaps a sort of heretic.
This one's definitely in bad taste.
A little bit, yeah.
No man can own a bucket, and certainly not a bucket as dazzling to behold as this one. It is man who should kneel before the bucket.
I mean, sometimes you have to if it's a heavy bucket. The hanging bucket.
The hanging bucket.
Symbolizes the necessary relationship between bucket and humanity. However clear our grasp of the bucket may be, there is yet more that is always out of reach. This distance inevitably is for our own good. Okay. Oh,
so you could jump into this hole and probably die.
Probably. I'm a little
it seems
bothered.
Like that's what the game wants
I'm a little
you to
bothered
do.
by the fact that is the natural conclusion. Is a descent into
Well,
the
let's find a
abyss.
different direction first. Let's
Let's
hold this as an option. Obviously, dying is the natural end of most of the endings of this game.
Yeah.
So let's keep it as an option.
I mean, I think the only other route.
There's got to be another way.
Well, the only other route is to land on the floor of where we've already been.
Okay. Yes. Well, no. Can't you go down the stairs? What if we just leave?
Exit through the entrance, as they say.
Yeah, this works every time.
Just gonna see. Oh, right.
Yeah, just keep backing up.
Alright. Okay. Oh,
And
we've
that's it.
stopped.
All right, well, we tried.
Alright. Time to jump in a hole. I mean, alright, let's see where this
Go.
goes.
Yep.
Oh!
Are you serious?
Are you...
Grab the bucket. Grab this bucket.
Take the bucket.
Take it. Yes.
We got the hanging bucket. This game is
There
just one big
something we
liminal
can do,
space
something
case,
we can do
and
together,
case in
you
point.
and I, that will right
It's a
this
bucket.
terrible wrong.
So maybe we were wrong about everything is buckets, but everything is one bucket.
Don't reset the game. Don't give him another
Well,
opportunity.
everything
to run off
is
with
a
another
bucket.
wonderful bucket.
Right.
Not
We can
all
save
things
the
are
world.
Everything
buckets,
is,
but everything is a single bucket.
If only we let Stanley die together. The bucket shall take its place as ruler, as leader,
Oh,
as
it's...
commander of
I don't...
Sequel's now paused. Wait.
She wants bucket supremacy, and I'm not sure that I care for that.
I think it was established already that the bucket has always been
world.
Like,
a new
alright.
vision.
benevolent god. of the
Well,
story.
alright.
I do like the audible call to just begin again, but surely it starts us at the beginning again anyway.
Oh,
Wow, there's paper everywhere.
there's paper everywhere.
All of his
So now we live in the
co-workers
buckets
were
world.
gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had
Figurine
simply missed a
Finders
memo.
Committee meeting today in the meeting room. That's pretty
That's
cool.
pretty cool. We have found some figurines.
A
Well,
good bucket,
grab a
a
bucket.
strong bucket, a humble bucket, a committed bucket, a bucket of culture and distinction.
Hmm.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly
Okay.
to his chest and entered the.
I don't know how many routes we have left at this time.
That is the question. I mean, there's a lot of routes.
There's a lot of routes.
There's a lot of little things that you can do in the first one
Yeah.
that just change everything. So is the bucket the one thing that is different about the sequel? Is that what we've established?
I mean, other than like all of the extra content of like
that we
the,
did earlier. Yeah,
the
but
Museum of the Stanley
that
Parable
was
and
not
whatnot.
that was not the sequel. That was just the deluxe content
You're right.
turned into the sequel.
Yes.
Partway through the game, and
Yeah, and I think the main additions to the Stanley Parable 2 were
all right.
the
I say we go
balloons
unplug the phone.
and the bucket.
Yeah,
Okay.
we go unplug the phone.
All right.
See what happens.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room.
Because we have done the sequence of unplugging the phone sans
Go into
bucket.
this dark room over here. Stanley once again obeyed blindly.
All right,
Now pick up
unplug the phone.
Whoa, hold on. Why
Whoa!
the phone? Were you trying to resist the bucket's orders? Stanley, I
Yes.
was joking. Obviously,
Oh.
the bucket isn't talking to you and telling you to do things. Buckets
Well-
can't talk. It was a joke. Don't you get the joke? It's funny, Stanley. A talking bucket.
It is funny.
That is,
It is
you're
funny.
right. You're right.
I must have really bungled up the delivery if you actually took me seriously. Where did I mess up the joke? Should I have paused for longer or spoken quicker?
Both.
Comedic timing is so
Both.
difficult. I wish I were better at it. But there isn't exactly an instructional video on
Oh?
comedy that one can watch.
Isn't
before-
there, though?
Yes, there is. It's sitting right here. Let's take a look.
Oh, good.
Oh, I'm
good.
so curious. I want to find out how to do comedy.
What is comedic timing?
Oh, good.
What
Yeah.
is
Yeah, well,
comedic timing? How does it work?
Nice.
How long should it last? How can it be used to effectively silence your political enemies? And more
This is
importantly,
important
can it be taught in its
information.
entirety within 90 seconds?
I hope
Thankfully,
so.
The answer to all of these questions is yes. Let's
Good.
dive deeper.
That's not.
If you've ever
Those
told
were
a
not
joke
all
or
yes or
made
no
someone laugh,
questions.
In all likelihood, you did it while standing 50 to 80 centimeters from them in a room of
Okay.
no more than 76
I'm glad we're
degrees
using the metric
Fahrenheit,
system.
with one of your arms raised straight upward at a 15-degree angle
What?
from your body. These are the optimal conditions for good comedic timing. To
How
begin
so?
the joke, start by stating and spelling your name. Next, provide a brief synopsis
Okay.
of the joke,
My joke.
including the specific times at which the recipient of the joke will laugh. And
Oh
then
no.
spell out your name a second time. With these steps complete, it's time to begin the humor. Speak the entire joke in no more than 18 seconds.
I'm
and
following
less
so
than
far.
13 and a half, pausing only for bathroom breaks when necessary.
What?
When the joke has concluded, it is customary to inform your listener that the joke is over by declaring in your loudest possible voice, "I'm Dunny with the funny."
That is
I
good.
am.
That
I
is
am
good.
Dunny
I'm
with the funny.
Dunny with the funny now.
I'm Johnny with the funny.
I'm Dunny with the
I
funny.
am Dunny with the
This
funny.
scene
I
is
am
a
Dunny.
perfect
Okay.
example of expectations management, which is the cornerstone of good comedy. Finally, it's time to hand out surveys.
Just
Collecting
convinced the
hard
company
data from your
doesn't
audience
want
on
a
how
third
rapt
entry
they
in any
were
of their
throughout the
series
joke
because they hate
is
the
the
number
only way to
3.
grow or learn as a
Maybe.
comedian. An effective survey should be no less than 10 pages long and should include the same question reprinted several times,
Okay.
just to ensure the survey taker is actually paying attention and not simply filling in answers at random.
Right.
And that's all
Naturally.
there is. With these
Okay.
strategies at your disposal, you'll have audiences doubled over in laughter.
I hate
and
this
tripled over
picture.
in laughter in no
I
time
hate.
at all.
Oh no.
Just remember to let them stop laughing at some point, you gut-busting little scamp. After all, with
I am
each
a
of us needed on the
gut-busting little
front lines
scamp.
of the war
Oh,
to
good.
fight
All
the
right.
12-legged
Oh.
invaders who threaten our very existence.
What?
And to very likely die in a hailstorm of bullets and mandibles. All of us must be
What?
prepared to give our lives to this noble cause, just as our children must do after us, and their children after them.
How did they
Godspeed, and may
decide?
Earth reign supreme.
Excuse me?
What?
Hey, goodness, this video is a little outdated, isn't it? Well, no matter. I
What?
think the fundamentals
Is
of
it-
proper
I-
comedic
Is it-
timing
was
are
that
still
lore?
as
Was that future?
today as they were back
Was that-
then. So with
was
that
that
in mind,
Stanley
I
Parable
believe the
lore?
only way forward is for us to return to the 2 doors and walk through all of this again, so I can try telling my story with more appropriate
Right.
comedic delivery. Come along.
Oh,
We
this
gotta
will
do
be
the
good.
whole thing
We gotta.
over again.
Okay. All right. All right. I'll humor you. I'm done with the fun.
There fucking are.
I can feel it. This time, I'm really going to nail the delivery.
I'll
I'll be in
say.
stitches. A talking bucket, you'll say? How ridiculous. How absurd. What a hilarious concept. The king of comedy.
Hilarious.
That's what you'll call me. Thank goodness we have the instructional video. Otherwise, who knows where we'd be right now. Well, I wouldn't be the king of comedy, that's for sure. The bucket spoke to Stanley. The bucket spoke.
What if we
The
go
bucket's
into
fun.
the is a
I'll
bucket
figure it out
real?
on the fly. No need to
I don't think we
overthink things.
can.
You think you'll just do the same thing again? All right,
I
let's.
think
follow,
this
let's
is. I
follow.
think this is officially a route that we
I
are
just
on.
sometimes it's like, oh yeah, follow the narrator, and then sometimes
You're
it's like,
right.
in order to go to a different place,
You're
you
right.
can't follow the narrator. I
It
just,
is. It's a flaw.
it's a. Let's see.
We're starting off on a good point, comedy-wise, by restarting the joke entirely.
When
Yes.
Stanley and the bucket came to a set of two open doors, they entered the door on the left.
Okay.
What?
Are we gonna try and ruin his joke? Do
All
we
right.
really want to do that to him?
Fine. Let's let him do the comedy.
No. You were supposed to go
Oh.
to the door on the right.
Fucking!
See,
Are
that's
you-
the thing. It
are
gets
you
you
kidding?
every time. It
I
changes
told
the
you it's
game.
covered very clearly. There's no way I can make the comedic timing work now. It's
Well,
done.
there
The
were
joke
so
is
many
completely
points where we
sprung
could have
and
done this
over.
for
It's
you,
all
but we were
your
waiting.
fault, Stanley.
Ah, he's done with
I
the
was-
funny now.
Of other joke writers.
He didn't say he's done with the
Well,
funny
but he
yet, so he's
clearly
not.
is.
From now on, all
He
because
could
you
He
still
also
be doing the
already
funny.
established
Video
that
and
the
take
thing
a
was
hint.
dated,
Are
so
you
he might
proud
not
of
even
yourself for
care.
letting me down, Stanley? Are you proud?
Oh, we were trying our best. He just shut it off.
Here we go.
All right.
You ready?
All right.
Here we go.
When Stanley and the bucket came to a set of two open doors, they entered the door on the left.
Pretty sure some people out there simp for the narrator's voice. It's not. Doesn't do anything for
Doesn't
me
do it for me.
personally. Okay. He's not yelling at us.
Yeah, but there is this new thing.
There is
He
this
has
whole
changed
void
this whole
now.
thing now, and it's
What?
no.
We're back at the phone already.
We're back at the
Okay.
phone already.
There was
No.
supposed to be several rooms leading up to this.
Yeah,
There was
we
supposed
know.
to be a build-up to this point. A dramatic
Yeah.
display of remarkable comedic wit, which culminates in this scene with
He's
the phone.
losing it.
But now the timing's completely off. The joke will never land. Well, not the way it was meant to. And it's all my
Right.
fault. I must have forgotten that the phone room comes immediately after the two doors.
But it
room.
doesn't. You couldn't
What an
have
egregious
forgotten that.
mistake. I've made a fool of myself. I don't deserve the title of King of Comedy. I'm nothing.
That's an
I'm not
entirely
even the lowliest
separate
joke-telling whelp.
stating.
I think
Well,
I need
No.
to go back and rewatch that instructional video again.
No.
Yes, surely that will help me improve my...
Stanley,
Oh.
you love the bucket so much it's like you... it's as though all of your other most prized possessions pale in comparison. Yes.
That's pretty good.
Well, let me try that again,
That's
Stanley.
all right.
I heard that you are pale with shame over
Okay.
how unabashedly in love with a bucket you are. No? Still not? Is it the delivery? Pale with shame. Pale with
Uh-huh.
shame?
Yeah, we.
Pale. What's another word to describe a bucket? Stanley, this bucket is so metal. I think I saw it playing guitar.
Okay.
No.
All right.
No.
There's.
We're getting away from making fun of
doing
Stanley's
it.
obsession with the bucket, which was the whole point of this. I'm no good at these jokes. I need more instructional videos. That's exactly what it is. That's what will make me the king of comedy again. More instructional videos. Let's see.
Tornado guy. Yeah, we got the bucket. Welcome.
we won. I think we won.
I think that might be the end.
I mean, we haven't gotten all
The end is
endings.
never the end.
Yeah.
But
I think that there's an important moment coming up at some point where the bucket
All his
disappears.
co-workers were gone. What could it
you
be?
think so?
There's gotta be.
Stanley
It's gotta
decided
take
to
away
go
the.
to the
No,
meeting
it's gonna be there
room.
every
Perhaps
time.
he had
isn't it?
simply missed a memo.
It's literally just put on a pedestal.
Ah, the embrace of an old friend, a weathered companionship that stands the test of time. Stanley clutched
Okay.
the bucket tightly to his chest.
Have you guys powered on the mind control facility with the bucket?
No, we haven't.
We have
done
not
that.
done
we
that.
haven't done the mind control facility.
Let's
That's the other way.
No, it's not.
Oh no, it's the left. Yeah, you're right. Never mind. Yeah. That is the next.
Let's
Thank
ca-
you,
let's-
Tornado Guy place.
Whoa!
Oh, right, because it's in the. Wow, they really.
We
want
need
this.
more planks. Mission step.
Large room, lots of boxes. Stairs.
Oh, someone's trying to figure out. There will be a reward for finding them all. Is this some kind of game?
Yeah.
Try.
Trust the this is true.
Big leaves are hard to find. Red room? What? Maybe we are the collectibles.
Oh,
Shut the
boy.
frick up. Source. Wow. Okay. Is that just gonna be a thing that we walk past, or
Again,
is...
we do have to
Turning
find them all.
staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs.
If not
to the
today, then
boss's
some other
office.
day.
I don't have that strong of a completionist urge, though.
Stepping in
You found
to
Matthew
the office,
Pathew's
Stanley was
conspiracy
once again
room?
Stunned to
Good for
discover
you.
not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation,
remember the number?
Stanley may have broken down
Was it
into an
5245?
emotional dumpster fire, if
I
not
don't
for
think
the
it was,
soothing
though.
presence of the
5,
bucket. Even now,
2,
in
4,
his darkest
5,
of hours,
8.
did the
No, it's
bucket's
only
warmth
4
and
numbers.
guiding light
2,
pierce
4,
the
5,
dark
8.
clouds of confusion and chaos. It would be with him always. The bucket would, and he knew it. The two of them were inseparable. At this point, Stanley was so absorbed
Aha!
in the spiritual connection he shared with the bucket that he didn't notice
one
the
of these
keypad
two nerds
behind the
has to
boss's
know.
desk. Nor in his bliss of simply being near the bucket did he have any notion that the pin number for the
No.
keypad was 28.
I was right.
2845.
Ah, so close.
God damn it. Did you get the broom closet ending? That's my favorite.
Was it
Wait, the broom closet ending must have been before.
We
this
did
whole
get-
this whole bucket.
We
thing.
did get the broom closet
Yeah, we
ending.
have done that.
Explanation.
It was in the other one. You
Yeah.
gotta go back in time.
Did you get the broom closet ending? That's my favorite. Okay.
So
Mind control ending. Here we go.
this bucket, it changed everything,
It did. And we knew it would.
and that was what our
Stanley and the
whole
bucket walked straight
expectation.
ahead
Yeah.
through the large door
Yep.
that read Mind Control Facility.
Yep. Alright, turn on the light.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What
Mm-hmm.
horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley and the bucket both wondered to themselves.
This is a rare. That was a rare instance of implication that the bucket does in fact have a mind of its own. Not the only
Monitors
implication,
jumped to life,
but
and Stanley nearly dropped the bucket in shock. Everyone in the office was being videotaped, monitored like guinea pigs. The bucket had never seen anything like this, and it very nearly burst into tears as Stanley cradled it gently, reassuring it that everything would be fine.
wow, what a reversal!
Yeah. So the bucket is.
Now we are the reassurance for the bucket. That's screenwriting right
Was
there.
the mind control facility's influence as well? Had the bucket been told to do things it didn't wish to do? What kinds of things does a bucket want to do or not want to do in the first place?
Good
These
question.
questions raced furiously in Stanley's feeble mind. No! He screamed into the bucket. He couldn't accept it. His own life in
screamed
someone
into the
else's
bucket.
control. Never! He squeezed the bucket tighter. His one friend in the entire world. At this point, he could trust no one except for the bucket.
We have just completely forgotten about that, like, abusive codependent relationship
Absolutely.
from earlier,
Yeah.
Here was
as
the
one
proof.
does.
Yeah.
The heart of the operation.
That was a different
Controls
timeline. That's
labeled
right.
with emotions.
We were different
happy
people.
Or
Right.
sad or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. So
Right.
he and the bucket would dismantle the controls for good. Two best friends, Stanley and the bucket, up against the world. They high-fived in a really cool way, and the bucket made a sassy comment about taking down the system.
Good.
Thank you, Bucket.
Who's this?
Of course, our friends in the chat do want us to turn it on. I think, obviously, the powering
It's
it
hard.
on
It's
is-
hard to say what the people in the chat want. There's a little bit of a delay, but we're willing to wait if the people in the chat
No, it was already.
Oh.
Have you powered on the mic?
have powered on the mind control.
Yeah, see, I was paying attention.
Okay, you're
But at the
right.
last second,
You're right.
The bucket jumped in and pressed the button to turn on the controls.
The
Okay.
bucket did it.
Gasped in horror.
Interesting.
The
Well,
bucket's plan all
Maybe
along.
we're the
To
bucket.
take over the machine and
We've already
claim the
covered
power
that.
for itself.
We've already covered that we are the bucket.
We are the bucket.
Stanley was
The whole
prepared to
game
throw
is
the
This
one
was
bucket
established
into sky.
early on in the stream.
Everything is a
An
bucket.
image appeared upon
It's always been a bucket.
the screen.
Everything's always already been a bucket. Excuse me?
Everything is one.
Silly birds.
Silly birds. The control buttons became active again.
Those are some good birds.
What do we have to say about the birds?
Do we want? What kind of silly birds do we want?
Go up to the. Just scroll up to the left for a second. I gotta just read the Born 2 data.
Orange
Tracking them all.
tracking them all. Live birds. I am Trash Man.
Thank you for that. Important.
Displaying bird range.
Alright, yep. good.
Okay.
Sure.
What kind of silly birds are we looking for?
Like, I think
Small bird? Big bird?
Big Bird for now.
Big bird. I'm
Yeah.
liking the big bird vibes. Those are some good birds.
Nice.
Stanley flipped through one video of silly birds after another, and then it dawned
Indeed.
on him. This
Try
wasn't
the
a
other one, yeah.
mind control
Oh, back
Okay.
to the-
facility
All right.
at
All right.
It
What
was
Okay.
a facility
Press this
for
one again.
monitoring and
This one again?
surveilling
No, the other one.
birds all over the world.
Oh, yeah.
Ah,
there we go.
yeah. Flamingos.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Had the bucket known this
Do it
all
again.
along,
Go back. Yeah.
Stanley marveled
There you go,
at
yep.
the
Nice. Oh,
knowledge
that's a
of
good
his
bird.
the one who had pointed him
Small,
towards this
round
incredible
friend.
discovery.
Yeah. Thank you,
Stanley
Bucket.
and the bucket never found freedom because they spent the rest of their lives here in this
Oh.
place, flipping through live streams of the silliest
Continue
birds
then, I guess.
imaginable.
Okay, go
Of
back.
all
See the
possible paths
go.
his
How
life
far
could
left
have
can you
taken,
go from the
This
parrot?
one was surely the best, and Stanley was happy.
Oh,
See, there's so many. We could do this.
that's a
for while.
lot. This is a lot of birds.
I think that's.
Oh,
fair.
that's
The
some good
He
owls.
stopped.
Oh, I
we
want.
didn't get
I
to see all
wanted the
birds.
owls.
Truly a villain. Well,
We got one more.
Mhm.
We got one more.
Stanley was alone. Finally. This is great, he thought to himself. This is what I've wanted all along. I got what I wanted.
oh,
Then,
he's really trying to make us not do the bucket.
where would you rather go after death? Heaven or a huge unoccupied theater watching silly birds for the rest of your life? Or the rest of your death? I think I would still, depending on what heaven entails, I think I would probably still prefer heaven.
Well, I think that we have like some solid literature regarding what heaven's supposed to be. And
Sure.
it's endless worship of deity. So
But it's also described as literal paradise.
yeah, but that's because that's subjective, obviously.
Sure.
Right.
Are we taking the bucket or not?
Perhaps the two are the same.
Doesn't help.
This is what I wanted to scroll for. Okay, you take the. Take the bucket.
The
I'm taking
made
the bucket.
Stanley want to be a better
See, that's
man.
what I'm
Literal
saying.
paradise is watching the silly
That's what I'm
little.
saying.
And perhaps
Right.
he would become both of those things. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered
Heaven
the
is
door on his
basically
left.
gods, but they only have one eye and they're biblically accurate.
There you go.
Sure. Biblically. Okay, this is still here.
Still here.
Someone's still... Why wouldn't they just tell us something will happen? This investigation, this room, they feel pointless, TPH. You're absolutely right.
Okay, well, let's wait. Can we go back over to the thing and just reorient ourselves with not that thing, the list of where they are? How can you tell you what makes them? We'll turn around. Go over to that whiteboard over there.
This is just mission status.
Mission stat. Yeah, a large room, lots of boxes, stairs, something to do with stairs.
Somewhere both red and blue.
And a private but smelly place for an important person.
Oh, there's a way to get... I think there's a way to get into the boss's bathroom, but I have no idea how to do that.
A large room, lots of boxes.
Like the
Stairs,
where?
something to do with stairs. Somewhere both red and blue. Okay, well, the next thing that comes up is going to be the stairs.
Okay. Want me to tell you guys the locations, or want to find them for yourself?
We'll
Coming to
ask for help
staircase,
when we're...
Stanley and the
Yeah.
bucket walked
Turn around.
upstairs to the boss's office.
Okay.
Are we going upstairs?
I think downstairs, just quickly. Just... Yep.
Aye, there we
That
go.
was easy.
Green. This, you know, there really must be a snappier name for these things. What about mini stands? Stanley things? What about Stanlerines? Yes.
Stanlerines
I
is
like
nice.
Another Stanlerine under your belt.
Nice.
Yep. Good.
Very good.
Very important.
Got it.
Yeah, it's a good thing.
Good,
Go back
got it.
upstairs, I think. Is
Yeah.
another move. Although there is a blue,
Red and
red
blue.
and blue, both red and blue.
But
It's this one.
I don't want to have to go through this whole ending again.
It's maybe a price we have to be willing to pay to know the
I'm not
true
sure if
ending.
I'm willing to pay that price.
All right, let's not pay it now, and we'll see
Yeah.
maybe if there's a clue in the chat. Only clues, no
Only
answers.
clues.
We can figure out the
Yeah.
bathroom. Yeah. There you go.
Oh!
That was easy. Well, don't know how.
This
All right.
was... I've got the feeling money's for stealing, but not yours, of course. Say that's a lovely purse.
Nice.
Okay, I'm going back to the name of these little Stanley figurines, and now I'm torn
Uh-huh.
between Stanlerines and Figlies. What do you think, Stanley?
Figlies.
What name better encapsulates the intrinsic sense of happiness that you get from seeing a small number in the corner of your screen go up by 1? Let me sit on it. I'm sure it will come.
Staying on
down.
Stanlerines. What are these magazines? Time. Extreme bathrooms. Nice.
That's good.
Okay.
We got an Owen Wilson. Wow.
Wow.
Stepping into his manager's office,
Okay.
Stanley was once again stunned.
We're going-
to
we're
discover
turning
what an
off.
indication of any human life.
2845.
Crushed by the
2845.
weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an emotional dump, but Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
All right. Turning off the mind control. Hopefully it's that it doesn't go back to the freaking countdown thing.
I'm convinced that it will be something different purely because of the bucket.
Right. I'm hoping for that.
Otherwise, what's the point of the sequel?
Stanley and the bucket
Correct.
walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control
Mind
Facility.
That's where we need to be.
Yeah.
And as the cold reality of his
of course.
past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he and the bucket would dismantle the controls for good. Two
Yeah.
best friends, Stanley and the bucket, up against the world.
Yeah.
They high-fived in a really cool way, and the bucket made
Yeah.
a sassy...
Turning them off. No birds this time.
Stanley and the bucket waited in blackness. Was it over? Yes, they had
Nice.
done it. Stanley and the bucket had defeated their greatest and darkest enemy, freed themselves from the tyrannical grip of the evil mind control machine. Freedom was now mere moments away. Excitedly, the two of them began to discuss the kind of life they wanted to live once they stepped through this massive door. The bucket wanted to learn to roller skate. Stanley wanted to sneeze in every country on Earth. Both
That's
of them
a-
wanted to begin
I
watching
like that
movie,
one.
any movie, but then stop it halfway through and begin watching it in reverse from the end. True, it
Okay.
was a simple life they envisioned, but it was one they'd lived together, with one another to lean on, to trust, to support, and...
What?
What? Wait. What was happening?
Oh,
Why had the door
no.
stopped? Was Stanley and the bucket not about to be freed? An unbearable silence filled the room, lingering in uncertainty, until finally the truth hit Stanley square in the face. This building did not want the bucket to leave.
Oh no.
Oh, do we have to
Facility
leave the
itself
bucket behind?
recognized the incredible calming presence of the bucket, needed the
boy.
soothing warmth of the bucket.
Oh, no.
Else not to part with
I mean,
the
we should have seen this coming.
No. Stanley can't leave this place. Not while he has such a precious bucket in his arms. Not while this building has anything to say about it. Stanley realized he would never again leave this very room. But at least he has the bucket. To be trapped eternally in darkness isn't really so bad, Stanley thought to himself. As long as I have my bucket with me, right? I'll be okay, won't I? Stanley gulped. Very soon now, he was about to find out.
Okay. Oh, well, alright.
So this is
We're
the part,
trapped- we're
this is the
trapped.
part where he takes the bucket away. Not going to be any more bucket. 427.
Is there?
So
All of his code
416.
was gone.
that's what we
What
need,
did
by
it
the way.
mean?
We want
Oh,
Stanley
yeah.
decided to go to
416.
the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
This is all...
Yeah, this is the 23.
Yeah.
There it is.
Nothing.
What?
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and
Maybe
entered
you
the
have to
door
look
on his
at the
left.
416 screen in the big thing. In the mind
Maybe?
control area. That seems
Let's
to
check the room again. Employee 421.
Building a bridge.
Okay.
Cargo room.
Alright. Cargo room, somewhere both red and blue.
I guess red and blue is where we have to go here, because that's...
Yeah.
We can't go back to the other room.
Alright. We're gonna figure out the rest of this in the next YouTube video. If you're watching live or on the VOD, we're gonna keep going in a moment here. I just gotta do a quick outro.
I'm gonna drink some water.
And drink some water.
You should too. Stay hydrated.
Yeah. Drink water. Please. Take care of yourselves. If you're watching on YouTube, you can like, comment, subscribe, ring the bell, watch other stuff if you want. I'm not your mom. Thanks. We'll see you later.